Hello everybody, this is Jeff from East West Draftcast. I am here recording a draft. I am actually doing a voiceover of this. I just recorded the video and now I'm going to talk over it. Here we opened a pack. Geist Honored Monk is the rare, very powerful card. I'm going through other cards that are also powerful. I showed the Reckless Wave there, the Bonds of Faith, here Stitch Drake. Out of the white cards, the Geist Honored Monk is definitely a better card. So I do end up taking it here, but those three are the other powerful effects. If you really want to go aggressive, Reckless Wave is about as good as you can get for aggressive, and Stitch Drake is obviously the best blue card in the pack. I don't think there's much to say more about this one, so hopefully I take it soon. I'm thinking pretty hard. I'm not sure what I was thinking about, but but there it goes. I took the Geist Honored Monk. Falkenrath Noble is the card that immediately pops out at me because I really like the card. Also very good with tokens, which I already have. The tree is good. It's really defensive, but it's a solid defensive guy. The priest was also their good white card, but I think the noble's good enough to move into black here. But unfortunately, there's no more black cards. Are a couple good white cards, Chapelgeist and Thraben Sentry, Chapelgeist being the better. Best card's probably Into the Maw here, but I didn't want to go into red. Here we have a Wolf Run, which is pretty awesome. A Ghoul Razor, which I do like. Again, with the Noble, it's pretty good, especially if you can get some sack outlets. And definitely better than either of the white cards here, so I took the Ghoul Razor. That's a fairly late Prey Upon. The Devils are good, but the only card for the deck I'm drafting here is the Zombie Snake, and I just grabbed a Ghoul Razor, so I'm pretty okay with taking it here. And another zombie. We have Unruly Mob for a white. Intangible Virtue, which could be good. I only have one token maker, but I ended up taking the 2/2. And the Cloister is a pretty big gift here. I think the card's pretty good. It's 3/3 for 2 is always good. So Unruly Mob again. Also, I mean, it's good in the token sack strategy, but so far I just have one token thing. So here I go with the Youth. And Intangible Virtue again. I don't like the 3/5, so I go with it, even though very well probably won't make the deck because I only have one token maker here, and it would take a few more to make the card decent. It's a nice signal for the blue-green self-mill, but obviously we're a little too in too deep here. I just took the Grotto just in case I wanted to splash something. Nothing else was in my colors, really. Here, a nice late Ravings and Delver for the Burning Vengeance deck. So I'm going to cut the Ravings because it's the better of the two. And a Patrol that maybe we'll play, hopefully we won't. I wanted to look at that picture. That's why I made that bigger, because I just noticed that it has 2 rows of teeth. Kind of cool. Yeah, that's good. 2-drop for the red deck, so I took it, and then I took a random black card. That's terrible. And waiting on last picks. So far I'm pretty happy with the deck. I have 2 really powerful cards in my first and second pick, and then some decent bodies, and I think it's a fine place to be at after the end of pack 1. I have no removal, but I do find that removal in this set is pretty bad, just because most of it is situational. Here I get more tokens with Mausoleum Guard if I want. There's also the Voiceless Spirit, and then Walking Corpse to a lesser extent, but I think the Mausoleum Guard is enough better than Voiceless Spirit more upside, especially since I have an Intangible Virtue in my pile, and so maybe maybe I can get tokens going. Here, more tokens. Mono the Unhallowed, also probably my favorite black card in the set. The Deadweight is definitely a contender for the spot there, but I just am in love with Mono the Unhallowed, and plus the fact that I have the Virtue makes me pretty okay with taking it there. Here we have Deadweight versus Bonds of Faith. I think Deadweight is just the better spell. Deals with more guys, basically. Here, nothing too exciting, but since I have that Virtue, I decided to grab the Doom Traveler to get my tokens going. At this point, I just grabbed 3 out of 4 cards there, make tokens, so I'm well on my way to making Intangible Virtue a playable card. I think I was just counting up how many I have there. Here, another thing that makes tokens, although it is double blue, Back from the Brink. There's nothing for me here except for Typhoid Rats, and I think the Back from the Brink is enough upside that a possible double blue splash might be worth it, because I can imagine that the tokens from Back from the Brink with an Intangible Virtue out would be pretty insane. Here we have a really late Deadweight. The Ghoul is nice since I have Ghoul Razor, but it's Deadweight. Deadweight is good. Like I said before, it might be the right pick over Moan. I personally don't think so, just because Moan is so awesome. It's a 4/4 with flashback. I mean, a 4/4 for 4 with flashback. That's pretty good. So, I'm a big fan. But now we have 2 removal spells, a lot more tokens. Our deck is looking like a deck. This Back from the Brink is really odd. Of course, we do have a Grotto, and I don't know, we may get more, but we'll see what happens there. And there's an Amulet, so a bunch of good blue, but nothing for us. So we took the Amulet, and in the hopes to splash this Back from the Brink. And we got an Altar's Reap and a Cultist. I mean, the Cultist is good, but you can't move into red. I don't know what I'd do here. I guess I take the rare. I'll never side in Nevermore, because it's never good. Yeah, I mean, the deck at this point is looking pretty solid. We're at the end of Pack 2 with 18 cards here showing here, and the Cathar is actually pretty good. The Bloodhaul is insane, though, and I think here I take the Bloodhaul and think about, instead of splashing Back from the Brink, splashing Bloodhaul. Also, super late Armored Scab. And we get the Cathar anyway, so that's pretty nice. Grab a Ghoul College Chant, because might need the Raise Dead. Take the bad black card. And we're on to Pack 3. Here we're looking pretty good. We have like 2 ways of going for a splash at this point. I think I'm still leaning towards Back from the Brink just because of its crazy synergy with Intangible Virtue. But then I open a Kessig Cage Breakers, and although there is Midnight Haunting here, that goes a lot better with my deck, especially fills 3 spot, which is empty. I do go with the Cage Breakers, because if you've ever seen a token maker make a lot of tokens, like Cage Breakers can do, giving him +1/+1 in Vigilance seems pretty saucy to me. So I do take it here. And I've pretty much, at this point, have abandoned Back from the Brink and Sensia Bloodhaul, as green is my favorite splash instead of blue or red. I think I tanked on this one pretty hard, though. It is definitely close. It's definitely feels odd taking the green card over the white card that just fits perfectly in our deck. But it's so powerful if you've played with it. Here we got a bunch of not good stuff. We have the snake again, which could very well be the pick. I think I do take the snake, yeah. I mean, there were some good other colors, and we are black-white, people. And that is most definitely an Unburial Rites. Best card in black-white, by far. So we were very happy there. Another Ghoul Raiser makes our first Ghoul Raiser and our two snakes better. There's also the Abattoir Ghoul, which is definitely a better card, but I think the Ghoul Raiser just kind of fits the deck better. And we get a Gallows Warden, 3/3/5 for 5, nothing to complain about there. Here we have Gallows Warden versus Smite the Monstrous. I believe I take the incorrect card here. Oh no, I don't. I took the Gallows Warden. I thought I took Smite the Monstrous, but I didn't, and I'm glad. Disciple, definitely a card we want. Having a lot of tokens and things. We have a Mausoleum Guard and a Doom Traveler that we wouldn't mind sacking. Nice late Rebuke. Rebuke is fine. As like I said, all the removal is really situational here. Normally, like a card like Rebuke is pretty low on the removal scale, but for this set, it's actually a pretty good one. Unless you're a really aggressive deck, Rebuke is not much under the Bonds of Faith, in my opinion. Here, I think we grab the sideboard Exorcism. And so we are showing 26 with the land, so we're gonna have to cut some stuff. Traveler's Amulet is basically a land as well, though. So at this point, it's looking pretty decent. Grab a Ghost Quarter in case we go up against that Kessig Wolf run. Because that card is not so. And we'll just end games. Our curve is a little bad. It's pretty top heavy, but that's okay. I take a stake because who knows? Maybe somebody drafted the vampire deck that I've never seen anybody draft ever. I don't know what I take here. I guess the most playable card. And then sideboard Parasaline, I think. That's what I grab here. Don't really care for Cobbled Wings in this deck. And that's the draft. So the deck looks fine. I'll come back and explain how I built it in a second. Alright, so this is the deck as it stands. Curve's a little wonky, like I mentioned, but you know, it's looking all right. I've got a little bit of a token theme going. So Intangible Virtue, I'm kind of trying it out here, not 100% positive on it. I mean, I'm looking at the second one, but I definitely don't think that it's the right call. But I mean, I've got a few tokens, so I think if you at least cast 2 cards that make tokens with that out, it's pretty damn good. So here they suggest a decent split. I think I go with it here. I don't. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean the point of the deck is to kind of get card advantage off of my bomby 5-drops and 4-drops and Ghoul Raisers and stuff like that, and hope to get there. I mean, I've got some removal. I don't know. The deck looks. I haven't drafted this deck before, but it looks pretty good from the perspective here.